Hi there folks, it's me, Aaron, Professor Thorgi, your guide to all things geeky, and where the heck have I been? Yeah, as you will have noticed, content on my channel has been very light all throughout October, and I didn't finish up a lot of the stuff that I promised you guys. I didn't get squat done for Halloween. I recorded 5 videos for that, and I only got 2 of them uploaded. I haven't done a lot of the reviews that I promised you guys I was going to be doing. I haven't done my discussion of all the new Marvel books that I told you I was going to do. And you deserve an explanation. And a lot of you already know what the deal is. I've talked about it in previous videos. If you followed me on Twitter, then you witnessed all the horror as it went down. But I recently moved. I moved to a brand new location, as you can see from this giant white wall here and from the echo in my voice. We're going to look into that. We're going to figure out how to get rid of an echo, hopefully, fingers crossed. Otherwise, this move was a terrible idea. But yes, I've moved to a new location, and moving sucks. It always sucks, especially in this city. But it took me a couple days to get everything packed up, and then everything went crazy. Now, I had to think about whether or not I was going to actually tell you guys everything that went down, but it is just too freaking horrifying to not bring up to you guys. Okay, so here's what went down. I spent a couple of days packing everything up. I got pretty much every single thing in my apartment packed into boxes. You know, there's always a couple of things that you don't get packed in time, but that's why I set the movers to come a day early. So I was like, alright, they're gonna come a day early, and I'm just gonna get the last of the little stuff after they get all the big stuff. I'm gonna spend the final day getting that done. Bing, bang, boom, all done, all taken care of. Super easy, right? No. Here's what happened. I reserved a truck through a moving company that will go nameless. Let's just call them Screw Y'all. So Screw Y'all reserved a truck with me at a specific location, and then the day before that, they call me up and say, okay, yeah, so the truck you're getting is actually a size smaller than what you wanted, and it's also going to be at a different location. You know how you want to get your truck half a mile from where you live? Yeah, it's actually going to be an hour away from you. So you gotta go get it there, then bring it back. Yeah, that sucked. But I will say this, the actual movers who I reserved were great. These guys made it work as best as they possibly could. However, because the truck was so small, about 1/3 of everything that I owned didn't fit on there. Actually, that's a lie. Half of everything I owned didn't fit on there. But when it came time to that, I was like, all right, I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. We literally just had to go, okay, what pieces of furniture are we not taking with us? We lost tables, we lost counters, we lost every single thing that we do not require to live. That we had to just leave there in the old apartment. And we stacked everything up, and even after we stacked it all up, there was still 1/3 of everything I owned just in boxes, just sitting there. But I could do nothing about it. So we moved everything in, we moved in whatever we could, and then I had 24 hours with no car, just using the subways to go back and forth between my locations, just getting all of my boxes. And you might be thinking, okay, well at least they were small boxes, right? No, we had to put all the small boxes on the truck because they could fit into the little tiny crevices. The boxes I had to go and get, about 12 of these guys. In fact, that box is one of the easiest things that I had to carry. This is an actual picture taken on the subway of one of the monstrosities I had to put together to carry all the way through this city. I am not kidding you. That and other freak show attractions like it are the things that I had to lug around. I had to go back and forth at least a dozen times, which was 3 hours during the day, 5 hours at night to do this. And I was doing this on Halloween. So every single subway I was on was just loaded with drunks in costumes, just hooping and hollering as I was sitting there with my giant boxes, just like, just please nobody bug me, just please, oh God, just don't vomit on everything I own. Oh God, this is already going bad. Here's how bad it was. After I got done with the moving company and they moved everything into my new location, I kept going back and forth between my old apartment until about 4 o'clock in the morning on that Halloween. That's when I finally had to pass out and go to bed. I woke up around 10:30 in the morning on that Halloween, and then I didn't go back to sleep until midnight the next day. I spent roughly 37 to 38 hours on my feet carrying boxes back and forth, riding the train. I'm not saying this so that people in the comments will go, oh man, oh poor you, that sounds so terrible. I'm just saying that so that you guys know this sucked. It was awful. And the saddest part was it eventually reached a point in which I had to face defeat, in which I almost started having a panic attack there on the train. I've never had a panic attack in my life, but every single symptom that I've heard started attacking me at once. I was like, oh God, great, this is when it's going to happen. In fact, I had a push cart for all the small stuff, and if the wheel on that thing had popped off, you guys would have seen me on World Star Hip Hop. Like, people would have been recording me with their phone, because I would have had the biggest, massive freak out you've ever seen in your life. And to make matters worse, the subway stop by my old apartment was shut down that weekend. So, I couldn't just get on the train. No. With all this stuff, I had to get on the Uptown train, take it up, get on the express train going south, take that to where I could transfer onto another train, get on that train, take it to where I could transfer onto another train, and then take that one to my new apartment. That, over and over again, 37 to 38 hours, and like I said, eventually it reached that point in which I had to face reality and go, I can't get everything. I am not going to be able to get everything in time. I'm not even going to be able to get most stuff. But I had to have everything out of the old apartment on October 31st. However, November 1st was a Sunday, and my old super is never there on Sundays. And the management office for my old apartment was never there on Sundays. So I had to risk everything that they just weren't going to show up that Sunday to check if I had moved out. So I just had to cross my fingers. And so then, yes, I kept going back and forth, getting new stuff, and then as Sunday came around, luckily, no one was there in the old apartment. No one was there. I was able to keep going in, keep getting my stuff. However, there came a point in which I was walking up to my old apartment to get new stuff, and the super's brother or cousin or whoever his assistant was just pacing back and forth in front of the apartment, just looking pissed. I have never seen him that frustrated before. And I was like, oh God, it's about me. He went into the apartment and he saw all the stuff that was there. Because, like I said, not only did I still have the boxes that I was moving, but I had all of the furniture that I just couldn't take with me. All that I was just going to have to throw away, and it was still just sitting there. Not to mention all the garbage that was piling up. Because whenever you move, there is just a ton of garbage. There's a ton that you have to clean up, a ton of stuff that you're like, well, we're not taking this, just throw it away. All that was still there too. The place was just wrecked. And I knew he was going to just give me an earful and tell me I couldn't get the rest of my stuff. Now, before I go any further, let me tell you why I had to move out of that old apartment. That old apartment was basically like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree of apartments. It wasn't a bad apartment. It was in a pretty good location, pretty good size, nice neighborhood, but no one cared about it. It had the worst maintenance and worst neighbors I have ever had in my life. This is a place where every single month something would break, and I don't mean like a small thing, I mean something huge would break. The big kicker, the thing that made me go, I have to get out of this place, is that one Sunday, the entire apartment flooded. Like, I don't mean like, oh, there's little drips coming down, I mean a fire hose just came down from the ceiling. And it would have flooded everything in my apartment, except, and I have to thank you guys for this one, except I just happened to be awake at 6 a.m. in the morning because I was editing the videos for this channel. So I was able to protect most of my stuff, pick it up, get it off the ground in time. But yeah, that was the kind of thing that would happen every single month. Every single month something that big would go down. Now I bring this up because after the super's brother left the door and I was able to sneak back in, I saw a sign on the front door. And I was like, oh God, this is gonna be about me. This is gonna be about me. This is gonna be saying, hey, to the guy who was living in apartment 23, all your stuff is gone. We threw it out, how dare you, you're not getting your safety deposit back, screw off. I walk up there to the sign and the sign says, dear tenants, the boiler is broken. We are sorry for the inconvenience. Oh my God, this is a place, like I said, where something would break every single month. Finally, something broke on the right day to help me out. This apartment screwed me over so many times, but for once, somebody broke at the right time because the sewer didn't give a crap if I was still there. He had bigger problems. Like every single other person in the apartment calling up and saying, hey, where's my heat? So, oh, thank God. We were able to keep sneaking in, keep sneaking out, and just taking stuff all throughout the day. And again, it reached a point where we went, we still can't make it in time. We're still not gonna be able to get everything out before November 2nd, and that's a Monday. He's gonna be here, he's gonna check on all this stuff. But we were staying in this little tiny hotel, and it was like, all right, that's like halfway in between our old apartment and our new apartment. We gotta just take stuff there. We can get everything there in time. We can't get everything to the old apartment in time, but we can get everything to the hotel in time. So we literally had to store every single thing that we had left in the new in the hotel. And it was a tiny hotel, so literally you walk in there and it looked like a storage room for a box company. You just walk in and it's just boxes everywhere. You couldn't even make it to the bed. And we had to check out the next morning, and they told us, yeah, you can't keep your stuff here. You can't we have no place to put everything. So I am in no way smooth. I'm in no way a quote unquote boss in any way, shape, or form. But somehow I just had to channel my smoothness ancestors, and I just walked up to one of the bellhops and went, listen man, what can you do now? And I just shook his hand with a 20 in my hand, and he goes, you know, I think there's some room in this coat check in the back that no one's gonna check. You know, I might be able to keep some stuff back there. Now, for anybody who knows me, you know that that is not me at all, in any way. I do not possess the human social skills needed to pull off something that smooth. Yet, in that ultimate clinch, in that moment of crisis, I was embodied by my guardian angel, whom I can only assume is Robert De Niro from Goodfellas, and I pulled off one of the smoothest money exchanges of all time, and we did it. We were able to get everything here to this new apartment on November 2nd. 3 days after the move should have ended. So yes, I spent all of the 29th packing, all of the 30th moving on the truck and moving extra stuff at night, all of the 31st and the 1st, no sleep, moving everything by foot, and then all of November 2nd, moving stuff from the hotel room. 4 days of solid moving, a combined 10 hours of sleep throughout all 4 days. Not even kidding about that. And yet we are here. I've spent the last few days unpacking, and I just want to say thank you guys for sticking around. You didn't go, oh, well, he didn't finish any of those videos he promised, I'm unsubscribing. You guys stuck around. Thank you so much for that. And I have new stuff coming up. It's going to take us a while to get everything fully up and running here again. I mean, as you can tell, like I said, this thing is echoey as hell, my new recording center. So yeah, we're going to have to figure out some way of taking care of that. But I will be uploading videos again soon. Like I said, I've got some reviews coming. I'm going to start talking about all those new Marvel books that came out. We will start doing the news again. And I know it's after Halloween, but dude, I didn't get to celebrate at all. So I'm going to pull a Simpsons. I don't care. I'm going to upload the rest of those Halloween videos I made. Yes, a lot of them I specifically say, oh, Halloween is coming up. Just bear with me, guys. Just listen. Just let me celebrate Thorgi Ween throughout November. I mean, hell, Christmas already takes over all of November anyways. Why not fight back with Halloween some? Sorry, Thanksgiving, you never stood a chance. Seriously, when I had to get myself a Gatorade to drink on October 31st, I went into a pharmacy and they already had just cleared out all their Halloween stuff and were just putting up Christmas stuff. Enough! I'm bringing Halloween back for another week in which I'm going to finish off those Halloween videos that I did. And then after that, it's all that other stuff I promised you guys. But thank you guys so much for sticking around. Thank you guys for listening to this long ramble. I don't know where I'm going with this at the end, but when do I ever? Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.